Hey everybody, Logan Stout here. Welcome to this week's Stout Advice. The word for the week that was submitted via loganstout.com is the word dependence. You know, dependence a lot of times can be seen as a negative word, right? They're dependent on this, dependent on a substance, depending on, and it can be a negative. But let's focus on the positive side of dependence for a second. You know, I believe that one of the most important stages of growth in a human being's life is the state of dependence. When you realize that you're only one person. And yeah, you can do a lot of things by yourself, but when you try to live life by yourself, you become isolated and alone, and it can be a very lonely existence. And what happens is we can get broken down through adversity, and we realize, you know what, we need other people. And here's the cool part. If you're going through a stage, or if you reflect back on a stage where you've had to depend on somebody, what that does is it creates humility. Right? It leads to a whole new growth process in your personal development that, quite frankly, we all need to go through. And dependence is a wonderful thing. And if you're going through a stage like that right now in your life, I want to encourage you that you're being refined into a better version of yourself. That's what's happening, right? Because we were meant to live life with people, to live life in teams. We're not meant to live life by ourselves and in isolationism, right? It's about relationships. I mean, that's quite frankly what the world's about. It's about relationships. I mean, even in the Bible, it was Adam and Eve, okay? It wasn't Adam. It wasn't just Eve, it was Adam and Eve. All right? Relationships are what we're meant to do, yet so many times with today's world, with social media and all this stuff, very few people have authentic relationships. And I want to encourage you, dependence is a great thing, and the more broken down you get as you face adversity in life, the more you realize you do need to depend on other people. And that dependence makes you a better person. The number one person that you probably need to depend on if you've grown to this state is your maker, right? When you learn to depend on that, you're never alone. You always know you have something guiding and directing your path and putting you where you're supposed to be. May not be where you want to be, where you're supposed to be, which is an excellent thing. So action item number one. Reflect back in your life. What are stages in your life where you really just were going through hard times and you realize, you know what? I need so-and-so. I'm dependent on so-and-so, right? I need something to help get me out of this situation. Step two, action item two is what was the outcome of that? And here's why. When we depend on the wrong things, alcohol, drugs, whatever it may be, we just spiral into a deeper dependence on the wrong things. But if you depend on the right things, good accountability partners, the right people in your life that lift you up, positive, uplifting people, you're going to get out of your ditch. You're going to get out of that valley in life, and you're going to elevate your life to a whole other level, an entire another level that'll make you a much better version of yourself than you were prior to that situation in life, okay? Hope that made sense. Dependence can be a wonderful thing. It can be a negative thing depending on the way in which you go. And if you're in that state of mind right now, ask yourself, which valley are you going down? The right side or the wrong side, okay? Hey, thanks for joining us this week on Stout Advice.